Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever time you're watching this. So, first things first, had a few people that were crying about they want widescreen. They've been crying about that for about a year now that I've been making these videos. So, uh, here you are. Congratulations, you did it. You got your widescreen. You know who you are. So, anyway, this one's going to be pretty short. I don't want to go long. I always say that, but sometimes they go longer than expected. Uh, Basically, would you have complied with Natsu Germany? So obviously, most of you guys are familiar with the code words, that we use to stay on YouTube. Because when I'm streaming these on IG, it's all good, Usually I'm alright, I can get away with it, but we gotta use code. So anyway, Natsu. Would you have gone along with Natsu Germany? For the most part, the answer should be a definitive yes, because the people watching this, most likely the answer would be no, because you guys get it. But after witnessing what took place the past 3 years with pandemic, you guys, well, not you guys, but most of these people couldn't even stand up because they wanted to go to they wanted to sip beers on a terrace. So it's like growing up, I always used to hear from teachers, or we would have lessons and they would always ask, like, what would you do in Natsu Germany? And everyone obviously is going to jump and say, oh, I would stand up, I would fight, I would never allow that to happen, I would stand for what's right. And now it's like, I do not believe that one bit. I know I would be there, I would be standing up. I would be there for the persecuted. I'd be standing up for what's right. But the majority of people, I don't think, would be able to stand strong. It's very interesting because when I was growing up, the whole Santa Claus, how kids believe in Santa Claus. Like, I never believed in Santa Claus. I thought it was weird. I always questioned it. I was like, because I've always been like this. This is not new. So I always questioned things that didn't seem right. I'm like, I never saw a reindeer fly. How is that possible? I never believed in the trust me bros. Oh, flying reindeer, or flying sled, he goes around the world in one day or whatever. I never believed it. So my family told me, and this was like preschool age, 5 years old. They're like, listen, Santa's not real, but when you get in the classroom and you guys are writing letters to him, just go along with it, pretend, don't tell anyone. And I actually did that. As a 5-year-old, I was mature enough to not say anything. And it's funny, it's almost like I was more mature then, because now I have like the inclination to want to wake people up or whatever, and I sometimes catch myself, sometimes don't. But these streams are for people that get it, so I'm not trying to wake anyone up here. But in general, when I'm talking to people, sometimes I kind of catch myself like trying to spill beans that shouldn't be spilled. And it's like, sometimes you don't have to wake people up, you just got to let them go along with whatever they want to go along with. So in the Santa situation, I just let them go along with it. And like, how this ties into not waking people up and whatnot, and the whole going along with the group and believing something because everyone's doing it. I think it's pretty messed up that parents tell their kids about Santa. I think that like, your parents are are the first people that you trust, the first people that you know and trust. And the first thing they do is lie to you. Like, imagine that. Doesn't make sense to me. And you could say, oh, you're overthinking it, oh, it's not a big deal, oh, it's for fun, but it's such a useless lie. Like, think about it. Why would you make that up? Why would you tell your kids that a random stranger, magical stranger, brings them gifts at Christmas time? Like, it's such a useless lie. And I think at such a young formative age, you're basically creating a liar, because the first people that the children trust misled them so early in their life. And I think that's a big deal. People could say that I'm overthinking that and I'm blowing it out of proportion. I think it's a big deal. And when you look at how many people are dishonest, liars, and will just lie for no reason at all, because you have people that will defend the white lies and whatever. Oh, it's for the better. Oh, it's just a small lie, not hurt someone's feelings, what have you. But it's like some people, they'll just lie for no reason, and I think it comes all from that kind of culture, like the whole Santa thing. But anyway, all that to say, would you have gone along with Natsu Germany? Just be honest. If you would have, now's the time to change. The thing is, when you're wrong, you have to admit you're wrong and change. I am rarely wrong, but everybody is wrong sometimes. And when I'm wrong, I admit it and I change. I was wrong about Trump. I was on the Trump train hard, until I realized, I looked into it and really paid attention, got off the hype, got off the drunkenness of his salesman technique, and I realized this guy is not a conservative. This guy's banging porn stars. Every other value he has is not a conservative value. So I jumped ship a long time ago, probably in I think it was like 2019, 2020 that I jumped ship, and I admit I was wrong. I'm not gonna double down, triple down, quadruple down. So it's like, if you guys went along with certain things that you didn't want to go along with, just admit it and learn from it. This is a learning experience. Life is about learning and admitting when you're wrong. Don't double down to save face. It's okay.